Good morning, everyone. It's your girl Kat from the Kitty Rose Lifestyle. I know it's a little early. I'm on my way out. Ooh, hallelujah. I'm getting ready to go to the dentist. Haven't been there in almost a year. No, it's been a year. So I'm so grateful for this appointment. A little nervous, but I wanted to do a quick little morning coffee in regards to a news story I heard yesterday on CBS, and then they repeated it again this morning. And it's really geared towards my parents and my parents of teenage children in particular. Since I do have a child who's a teenager, I can speak from a personal point of view. I think I never heard of this person, but a famous psychiatrist and her husband lost their 16-year-old son to drug overdose due to interaction that he got from a drug dealer on Snapchat. And the concern was, or the topic was, parents being more involved or trying to be more involved in their children's social media activity or phone activity. Having a teenage daughter, that's a big concern of mine, but having 3 children during this age of technology has been a constant. So what I've done, which I recommend if you aren't doing this, is, the occasional, let me check your phone. One of the parents mentioned that sometimes parents don't even know how to use their child's phone or don't have access to their child's phone. And most of the time, I believe we're still paying that child's or that teenager's cell phone bill. So if we're still paying that child's cell phone bill, there is no reason in the world that we should not have access to it. But I believe that the not constant access, but the occasional drop in, let me check your phone, the random checks kind of helps you stay attentive, and then them stay on their toes. Whether they're doing something or not, it kind of keeps them more focused to what they leave behind. It's a difficult situation when you are worrying about your children engaging in drug activity and not really being sure what they're doing, how much of it they're doing, who they're doing it with. I'm a cannabis smoker, so I don't advocate my children smoking weed, but now I have 2 adult children, so they are entitled to do what it is that they want. So now with my teenage daughter, it's a constant conversation, but my concern isn't even on the obvious. My concern is on the things that you don't know or that you don't think of, like vaping, and things of that nature, that I have no idea what the harm is, if there's any harm. I don't even know anything about that type of drug or device or whatever, those things are, mushrooms, ecstasy pills. I have no idea to what that looks like, how that behavior might change in my teenager just from them being different and acting different from the changes that they're going through as a teenager. So because of the unknown, I believe that we can't really just leave it up in the air. It has to be kind of a, search and you don't have any rights type of situation where, my children probably don't like it. I can almost guarantee that they don't, but I still search their rooms. My daughter is 17 years old. Yes, I'm going through I remember telling her in her rites of passage that I would no longer read her private thoughts. And I've stuck true to that. But again, just not wanting to be naive to what she may or may not be doing. Yes, I go through the drawers. I go through the closets. I go through, underneath the bed, and I let the child know that I'm doing these things. I don't sneak and do them. I may sneak and do them, but then I inform you that I've done it. And what I find is that it doesn't always secure your mind. It doesn't bring you at ease to know what your children are doing or not doing. But I think what happens is at least there's some kind of idea that you can now talk to the other parent that you're co-parenting with, whether you're together with them or not. And both either pray or communicate the concern that you have as a parent to that teenager. Because ultimately, they're going to do what they're going to do, just like we as adults. Everybody is going to do what they want to do. And I don't know if really knowing makes it better, but I definitely know not knowing makes you feel guilty. And I think that that's what, happens with parents who end up having children that, end up taking their lives or overdosing or things of that nature. It's the guilt of, why didn't I know? But then the weight of knowing sucks. But knowing and making an active role, not saying, well, she's not going to let me look at her phone, or he's not going to let me look at his phone. When at the end of the day, as the parent, you still control every situation that goes on within your household. And guess what? If I can't check your phone, then how about your phone gets turned off? And it's not a matter of punishment. It's a matter of right, because you are the parent. And at the end of the day, we must remember that we're not here to be friends with them. Definitely not during these times. We're here as guides. We're here to give them the tools needed to be productive and righteous human beings. So if there's a time in that child rearing that they don't like us, and you know what I'm saying? Is would you rather not be liked and be clueless? But I'm telling you, knowing doesn't help either. Sometimes I wish I didn't know what I did know about my kids, but I don't know how I would feel if I didn't know. Because again, I think knowing, as much as it hurts to know, at least I'm able to communicate with them and give them some insight to what they're doing. I don't agree. I wish she didn't do this or he didn't do this. But knowing at least gives me a conversation with them. And I hope and pray that helps. That's it. It's cold today, they said, so I am dressed warm. And yeah, man, this parenting shit is no joke. But again, we have to be able to feel good enough to communicate with each other. We can't keep hiding in the dark because we're ashamed to say that my kid is smoking weed, or that my kid is disrespectful, or that my kid is talking back, or that my kid is drinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to be more real with each other because we need each other. You know what I'm saying? Parents also need a support team. This parenting shit is hard as fuck. And I need other parents to help me through it. Not judge me. Guide, help me so that we can do this together. Because guess what? My kids hang out with your kids and your kids hang out with my kids. So we are doing this all together. And remember, we're trying to show them something different. We're trying to show them how to break the cycle so that when they become parents, they do it better. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Be safe, stay warm. It's your girl, Kat. The revolution has begun. Peace.